चलो 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 रे, माँ की दर्शन करने चल रे, भारत माँ की दर्शन करने चल रे।
Here is a rare art form of our dear Bharata, the puppet theatre. South Zone Cultural Centre Tanjavur and Ramana Maharshi Centre for Learning Bengaluru bring to you Divya Bharata, Swami Vivekananda's vision of one glorious India through string puppet theatre led by Sri Raghavendra and Srimati Shubha Pranesh of Swami Vivekananda Educational Trust. India has varied forms of puppet theatres, the string puppets, the rod puppets, the leather puppets, to mention some of the prominent modes. The underlying concept of puppet theatre is that there is one power that moves us all. To live surrendered to that power is true wisdom. There is, of course, a great joy in witnessing puppet theatre as every spectator becomes a child enjoying the quaint movements of the tiny actors moved by invisible hands. Yet, as the show progresses, we become little, and the puppets occupy our minds as the large, powerful characters they are depicting. Swami Vivekananda Educational Trust has a renowned puppet theatre team led by Sri Raghavendra and Srimati Shubha Pranesh, guided by Sri H.V. Shankar. The team has been trained in the art of puppetry by none other than Sri M.R. Ranganatha Rao and Srimati Anupama Huskere of Dhatu Puppetry. The tailoring skills of Srimati Shubha Pranesh enable her to design endearing costumes for the puppets. The team has staged their popular production Hanumat Vilasa in more than 300 live shows all over India. They are also an active part of the unique storytelling, dance and theatre productions of Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi Research Centre, Bengaluru. With the Research Centre, they have presented 5 innovative puppet theatre shows: Jananim Prithvim, Happiness is Here and Now, Navarasa Vaibhava, The Quantum Leap, and Ramaramana. The production Divya Bharata, Swami Vivekananda's vision of one glorious India, is a new presentation specially created for the Ekta Divas. What is it that makes India one despite the diversity of her people? It is devotion. It is love. This love is what Swami Vivekananda prays for from Mother Bhavatarini, Kali. And what does he do with the abounding love that she bestows on him? He showers that love on Mother India, walking the length and breadth of this glorious land and re-energizing every inch of her with the power of his renunciation, and declaring with his lion's roar to the world at large, this is the glory of India. The joy is beautifully depicted through the lilting song Chalo 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 Re. The music for this presentation is by Dr. Ambika Kameshwar and is adapted from Rasa Chennai's music of their production on Swami Vivekananda.
Mahasaya, have you seen God? Asked a young man to none other than the great sage Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. The young boy who asked was called Narendra, short for Narendranath. This young boy was born into a family which was wealthy, which had everything, and yet this young boy was a seeker of not wealth, not prosperity, but a seeker of God. And that is the reason why he went to many sages, many gurus, and he asked that one question, have you seen God? In fact, he had also gone to Brahmo Samaj guru called Chandrasen, Keshav Chandrasen, Have you seen God? He asked. To which none of the answers that he got was satisfactory enough. But when he asked on that day to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Mahasya, have you seen God? The answer came pat. Yes, I have. I see God like I see you, just more intense. One can realize God, came the answer, full of bliss and happiness. And Naren was shocked, for that was not the answer he had heard, but that was the answer he was looking for. And yet, he was not fully convinced. Time went by. Once it is said, after Narendra's father passed away, he was with Paramahamsa. And he spoke to him. He said, my father is no more. I need to ask God for wealth, for money. You must ask Goddess Kali, he said, in the temple of Dakshineshwar, where he sat in eternal bliss. Ask Kali, he said. To which Naren went, bowed down in front of Kali Ma. O Goddess Kali Ma, give me knowledge, he said. Turned around and went back. What did you ask for? I asked for knowledge, Mahasya. Ask for money, said the Guru. Go ask Goddess for money. And so he went back again. He said, Kali Ma, please give me devotion. The word devotion came out. Have you asked for money? I did not. Well, go ask for money, said Paramahamsa. And again went Naren, this time bowing down and saying, Kali Ma, please give me renunciation. Give me mukti from all of this. And that was the kind of determination young Naren had with him. A determination that led him to do many, many great things. He was one of the first, the greatest, who took the philosophy of Sanatana Dharma to the whole world. But it began with determination to seek God and to know and realize it. He could have asked for anything. Kali Ma gives everything, and yet he asked for knowledge, devotion, renunciation. He went on to become one of the most prolific disciples of Paramahamsa. 5 years under the tutelage of Paramahamsa, and it was time for the great sage to leave his body. And on that day, his hand was on the head of Naren, saying, the entire spiritual power is there right inside the proverbial treasure box. The key is with you, but you shall not open it. You shall open it when your duties are done. Duties to go to the east, to the west, to the north and the south and spread the word. Spread the word of Vedanta. And that is what he did with the determination that he had. But he also needed, and all his life, he exhibited courage. There are many great stories about young Naren and the courage that he showed for humankind and for animal kind. Once it is said, as a young boy, they had gone over the river Hooghly to the other side, and on their return, one of the friends felt sick in the boat and vomited, leaving the boatman terribly angry. You must clean it, said the boatman. These boys were very young. They, of course, were not ready to clean it. And Naren was watching. But the boatman began to threaten them, and by the time they reached the shore, the bank of the river, he was mighty upset. You must clean this or you shall not leave this boat, he said, full of anger and threatening those young boys. All the young boys were terribly frightened except Naren. Naren decided that he would do something. Jumped out of the boat, went there. Can you believe it? He saw there a British soldier, to which in his broken English back then, he didn't know English the way he landed up speaking in the World Congress many years later. But on that day in broken English, he went and spoke to that English soldier and he said, "Boat, trouble, boatman." The English soldiers came and looked and understood what happened. And then they reprimanded the boatman, asking him to let the boys go. On behalf of all his friends on that day, he showed that courage. But yet again, much later, there is another story of how he showed courage no matter who or what he had to face. He was on his way back from Sarnath to Varanasi. And on his way back there, he suddenly was confronted with a band of monkeys, ferocious monkeys. Monkeys suddenly jumped in front of him and looked very aggressively, ready to pounce on him. He turned around and there behind him, also there were the monkeys. He didn't know what to do, and no ordinary man in that moment would. You see, such was the peril right in front of him, and yet there was an inner voice he heard. Face the monkeys, it said. Face the monkeys. Face your fears. And that is exactly what he did. He looked at them with calm, with determination, with steely nerves. And the monkey slunk away, leaving him with a sense of courage and with a sense of purpose, which led him to do many, many things. You see, Paramahamsa had asked him to go spread the word. And that invoked that spirit of oneness. For all the way from the Himalayas right down to Kanyakumari, he traveled, spreading the word of Vedanta, spreading the word of yoga. He went all the way to Kanyakumari and swam across to what we know today as the Vivekananda rock, where he sat there and he meditated in pure bliss. The greatness of what India stands for, of what Hinduism stands for, what all the philosophies it is that prevails over us, over this motherland. Not just that. He felt that the shores of India was not enough, for the spirit of mankind was brimming inside him. And he went with little money, probably not even enough for him to go and come back, but he went all the way to the United States. And there he didn't spend a day or two, a month or two, he spent 4 full years. And we know what he did there. In the year 1893, on the 11th of September, he spoke. He spoke in the World Congress of Religion. And what he spoke, you and I know, it simply began with Brothers and Sisters of America. And there it was. Every single person in the audience stood and clapped. Not for 10 seconds, not for 15, but for 2 full minutes. He had a standing ovation, and then he went on to speak of Hinduism, of what we stand for. He spread what our motherland teaches us to the whole wide world. And then I would not do justice if I didn't tell you one important thing he said when he came back in 1897. He came back and he spoke, and when he was speaking in Madras state, he said something providential. He said something that was a prediction. He said that there would be a spiritual deluge which will take all the people here by storm. I know that each of you believes, and I deeply believe that that spiritual deluge was caused by none other than the presence of Ramana Maharshi. A story which I will wait to tell and bring to all of you. But now, let us watch the life of Vivekananda unfold before us in the spirit of Ektatra, spirit of oneness amidst all of us in this motherland.
Have you seen God?
You are young and a yogi so soon.
Have you seen God?
I hope to one day.
Have you seen God?
Not yet, but I do hope to see him.
Can I see God?
Naren, what did you think of Sri Ramakrishna of Dakshineshwar? He is a jnani. They say he is an incarnation of Mahavishnu.
Has he really seen God? His effulgence was quite captivating. I shall visit him in Dakshineshwar.
Ah, you have come at last.
Sir, there is a question which has been haunting me day and night. I wish to meet a person who has seen God. Have you seen God?
Of course, I see him as clearly as I see you. I can make you see him as well.
So, what do you feel now?
I don't know. I like the place. I like the person. I will come again.
Naren, you are pale. Are you not well?
Tell me, will your mother Kali give you whatever you ask for?
Yes, she will give you everything. Ask her whatever you want.
My father has passed away. I need money for my family. I shall ask for that. Mother, give me true knowledge.
Did you see my mother Kali? Did you ask her for money?
I could not.
Then go again and ask her.
Mother, give me eternal devotion to you.
Did you ask her? Did you ask her?
No.
Go back, go back, go back to her again.
Mother, give me renunciation.
What happened, Naren?
I could only ask her for devotion, knowledge, and renunciation.
Yes, I know. Look into my face.
आनंद 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 ब्रह्मानंद आनंद 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 ब्रह्मानंद आनंद 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 ब्रह्मानंद आनंद ब्रह्मानंद आनंद ब्रह्मानंद
Thakur is unwell.
He has given Narendra the experience of the self.
That is true, but he has told him that what he saw will be locked up like a jewel, and he would give Narendra the key only after he had finished Mother's work in the world.
What happened?
Our master is not in his body anymore.
Oh Lord.
But the master put his hand on Narendra's head and allowed his spirit to enter Narendra before he left his body.
So the master is still with us as Narendra.
Let us join him and carry on the master's work.
कृपां कुरु महादेवी सुतेषु प्रणतेषु च
चरणाश्रयदानेन कृपामयी नमोऽस्तु ते। देवीं प्रसन्नां प्रणतातिहन्त्रीं योगीन्द्रपूज्यां युगधर्मपात्रीं तां शारदां भक्तिविज्ञानदात्रीं दयास्वरूपां प्रणमामि नित्यम् प्रणमामि नित्यम् प्रणमामि नित्यम्
why have you donned the saffron robe?
It is the color of renunciation. I have taken mother's permission to leave her now, as I have the master's work to do. But for that, I must travel from north to south, east to west. I must know my country, my brothers and sisters.
चलो 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 रे माँ की दर्शन करने चल रे भारत माँ की दर्शन करने चल रे चलो 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 रे माँ की दर्शन करने चल रे भारत माँ की दर्शन करने चल रे हिमालय से कन्याकुमारी दर्शन कर ले हिमालय से कन्याकुमारी दर्शन कर ले भारत माँ की दर्शन करने चल रे भारत माँ की दर्शन करने चल रे गंगा सागर से द्वारका चल रे गंगा सागर से द्वारका चल रे हिमालय से कन्याकुमारी दर्शन कर ले हिमालय से कन्याकुमारी दर्शन कर ले भारत माँ की दर्शन करने चल रे भारत माँ की दर्शन करने चल रे चलो 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 रे माँ की दर्शन करने चल रे भारत माँ की दर्शन करने चल रे चलो रे चलो रे चलो रे चलो रे चलो रे चलो रे
I have seen my land from the Himalayas in the north to Kanyakumari in the south. I have seen her riches, but now I know her poverty as well.
Swamiji, we have collected the necessary money for you to go to the Parliament of Religion
in the United States of America.
The Master has bid me to go. I shall. After much hardship, I am here by the grace of the Master. O Master, give me strength. Give me the guidance to be India's spokesman. This is the hour of India's destiny.
Sir, you may speak now.
Brothers and sisters of America, religion must be able to show how to realize the philosophy that teaches us that this world is one, that there is but one existence in this universe.
Swami Vivekananda.
Swami Vivekananda.
Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda.
The wonderful speech at the Parliament of Religions was just the beginning. Swami Vivekananda spoke at various conferences, travelled widely in the West and spread the message of spiritual India. He established mutts and missions the world over. This was the beginning of the Ramakrishna order. The workers of the mission, led by Swamiji, helped the poor of India through their selfless service. He awoke in them the true spirit of oneness, the essence of the spirituality of our motherland. Chalo re, chalo re, chalo re, chalo re, chalo re, chalo re.
तिरुपति
I have come back to my motherland, India. Now, the very dust of India has become holy to me. The very air is now to me holy. It is now the holy land, the place of pilgrimage, the Tirtha. In philosophy, we are even now head and shoulders above other nations. India is India. India sets the example of real strength, that is, meekness.
Our love for India came to birth, I think, when we first heard him say the word India in that marvelous voice of his. It seems incredible that so much could have been put into one small word of 5 letters. There was love, passion, pride, longing, adoration, tragedy, chivalry, homesickness, and again love. Whole volumes could not have produced such feelings in others. It has the magic power of creating love in those who heard it.
In India, the mother is the center of the family and our highest ideal. She is to us the representative of God, as God is the mother of the universe. I had always great hopes for this place, and still I have the firm belief that from this place will come the spiritual wave that will deluge India.
There is everything positive, nothing negative.
Tiruchuri, Punya Tiruchuri, Namadu Tiruchuri, Namadu Tiruchuri.
रविये अमृत सविये सोबगे रमणेशा कविये कन्नड सिरिये गुरुवे जगदीशा.
National union in India must be a gathering up of its scattered spiritual forces. A nation in India must be a union of those whose hearts beat to the same spiritual tune. The salvation of India depends on the strength of the individual, the realization by each man of the divinity within. Once more, the world must be conquered by India. This is the dream of my life, and I wish that each one of you who hear me today will have the same dream in your minds and stop not till you have realized the dream. Let each one of us pray day and night for the downtrodden millions in India who are held fast by poverty and tyranny. Pray day and night for them. Silence is the loudest form of prayer.
चलो रे चलो रे चलो रे चलो रे चलो 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 रे माँ की दर्शन करने चल रे भारत माँ की दर्शन करने चल रे चलो रे चलो